Hi.
Hello, we are live now. Welcome. So we're just going
Thank
to
you.
wait for a few more people to get in, and
Okay.
then we can start the program. Let me just
Wonderful.
send a notification to the platform so they know we're on right now.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, let's see. Hello, everyone. If you're coming in, if you've not subscribed, kindly do subscribe to the Amina Jimoh Show YouTube channel. Do not forget to give me a thumbs on all the programs and the videos that are being shared. Thank you. All right, let's see. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Amina Jimoh Show at the Amina Jimoh Foundation. Today, here we have a special guest here with me, and he would be telling you guys a lot about how to satisfy your husband or wife. And here with me, I have Mr. Ekeson, and I do call him Mr. Philip Ekeson. He is a forensic scientist who has worked with the Commonwealth and is still working with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for the past 35 years. Sir, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, like Your Excellency, like you've just said, I am Philip Ekeson. I am a forensic science by profession, and I have worked with the Department, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, children and families in the preservation of children and family for the past 35 years. Yes, that's what I do. And in addition to that, I have also taught in some of the private universities and we serve as a consultant to some of the uh, law enforcement and people who are in the agency of preservation of families.
Thank you so much, sir, for introducing yourself. Can I ask you a question? What makes a good family unit?
What makes a good family unit? I think again, it's a very it's a big question, but I'm just going to narrow it to really what the major foundations or basic things that makes a family unit. Mom, dad, and then the children are essentially what family uh, unit consists. You know, and in order to make that work, both mom, dad have to again ensure that the children are the essentially the center food of the family unit because everything resolve against that
Around the children.
children.
Okay.
Correct. Putting their interests first, being able to provide them the necessary things, basic things that would empower them to be a good citizen. That's what it is.
Okay. I see that some people have already started sending in questions. So I would like to tell you guys that we will take questions at the end of the day when I'm done asking Mr. Akeson what questions I do have for him. And I bet you he has a lot of knowledge to share with you because he works with the protective services. So when you're dealing with someone like that, he has very much interest in family units to keep everyone safe. So that's why we're here. That's why we're sharing things like this to impact our community. This is called giving back to the society. So if you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you give me a thumbs up. And I'll go to the next questions. What are the responsibilities of the man and the woman in the household?
Again, I would like to again start with the man, and
Okay.
I also have to put some uh, cultural coloration to it. Let's start with the man because again, originally I came from Nigeria. I have been in this country for a very long time. I left Nigeria at 17, and I also married at 17, and then I came to this country, and it's this country where I grew up as an adult. Now, the responsibility, going back to your question, the responsibility of a man, I think I tend to see that more in the role they play in a family unit is to one, you have to secure your family, you have to provide for your family, you have to be uh, 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 the, the keeper, in making sure that all their needs are met. Of course, mom is there, the woman is there, but I think in your overall, your role is to one, provide, two, safe, ensure that security is they are safe, and then make sure that all their emotional and general well-being are met. That is basically the role of a father and a man in the home.
So I would like to jump in a little bit because I do have viewers from all over the world. So I know you're from Nigeria and you're also an American. So you're dealing with two cultures,
Yeah.
just like myself. So I know when you're saying is the man's role, some people are like, what is he talking about? So this is like basically the. So I just wanted to chip in a little bit to tell the viewers that this is the expectation of an African man that knows his role as a father, as a husband in the family unit. And also, with by saying that, some, well, would I say Christianity and Islam, to say but a few, also has things like that in the Bible and the
Yes.
Quran, like what a
Yes.
man is expected to do. So, because I know some people would be like, well, we're viewing you from America, it's 50-50. So that's why I kind of like put that in. So people would know
Okay.
that we are
I,
kind of like diverse and yes, but sometimes things that happen with culture has to come in.
correct. Correct. Yes. Yes. Again, I must again emphasize that the idea of 50-50 is wrong idea. It's a wrong concept. It takes the duty of a man, a father, to protect, provide, and ensure the well-being of that family unit. If the family unit have to survive and have to succeed, uh, this father has to play that strong role. Of course, I am not negating the role of a mother or the other part of the equation here, but do not I do not subscribe. Even in the American system, in the American culture, a man's role is to provide and protect and to guide his family. It's simple, it's plain. And
Okay.
if you're lucky, you have a wife that is able to fit into this role, so be it. But essentially, I'm just saying what the role is.
So you're saying that you'll find a woman who will be like a support system to you, who does not need to be told, but knows where to kind of like help you carry your load sometimes, knowing that you need, that support, correct? Okay. Thank
Exactly.
you.
Again, you have a very better word than I would have used.
Okay.
Support. A
Support.
wife is there to support. Yes.
Okay. Well, all our words are good. You have a good word. I have my own words too. So thank you for saying that. How can you make your wife more attracted to you? Like, how can a man
Well,
make his wife more attracted to him?
I think first of all, again, it all begins with adhering or keeping to what we have just said. If
Okay.
a man is performing its role as a man, if a man is doing what he is doing as a husband, every it's action and deed. Our action and deed makes us attractive to our wife, even to strangers. I do not, I'm not looking at when I say even to strangers, even to others. I'm not talking about sexual attraction. Our behavior and deed makes people like us or despair us. If you treat your wife like your wife with respect that she deserves, and you play the role of father, a husband, like you're supposed to do, it all this thing automatically comes to itself. It materializes.
So it comes
But
natural.
why? It comes naturally, because if you don't do it, if you don't do your role, how would you expect a woman to be attracted? How would you expect you to be attracted to a woman when you're not doing your role?
Okay. Thank you. From a man's perspective, how can a
Mhm.
woman please her husband?
Well, a woman, again, I think it's like same thing, but let me explain more. Okay, when a woman does her duty, does what she's supposed to do, when your wife comes, your husband comes back from work, I know you work also, because again, I have to emphasize this. So women works, but then we must all not negate our natural role, right? You
Right.
know, the woman we cook, a woman knows what best for the husband, the kind of food, the kind of things. With the husband, if you're not, if it is women that are not working, once in
Right.
a while, or they pick up the phone once in a while, they call the husband, check on the husband, see how things are going at work. And when the
Right.
husband comes back from work, he said, "Okay, oh my God, you must. How was it today? Were you tired? You know that kind." And you also ensure that you keep yourself up to. Okay, we both men and women, we have to keep ourselves. You have to make. I am not looking at superficial thing, superficiality. That's not what I'm looking at. But it's okay for woman to really, if you're for a woman to really make up, keep herself, make sure she goes to gym, make sure she fits well, make sure she eats, make sure she dress, make sure she meets the emotional and physical need of the family, of course, of the husband. So all those things add to the attraction. It does add. A woman that left herself to go down, meaning that there are some women, once they're married, they forget that it's also important to take care of themselves. It's also important to dress. But of course, your husband have to be able to really finance all these things. And that's why I said women, we have to work hard to be able to really. Correct. Correct. Yes. 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 Yes.
If you, like you said, the men sometimes need to work more and care about the woman's emotion. But I think
Yes.
when a man is with a woman too, sometimes, or vice versa, it can affect their mental health.
It
Because
does. It
sometimes,
does.
based on how the behavior is, things can
Mhm.
go down the rail. So, in an instance like that, as a forensic scientist and as someone who has worked for solid 35 years, working for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as a protective
Mhm.
service. What do you have to say on that?
Well, I think I would say that again. I had you. I don't. I think my thing is that no woman. I know it's difficult. I have to tell you this. It is difficult, but nobody should allow herself to come to that point because of a bad. Should, if I may use the word, because your partner is bad. And again, we should take that at some point, one has to make a decision. No woman should live in a situation, no one should live in a situation whereby such reality, like you just explained, should become that person's fate. No, it is no. We can't allow ourselves. Again, it is difficult to really, in some cases, it's difficult to really do the right thing, but we should seek help. That woman should seek help and get out in such a situation that would not allow her, or that would make her go that down the drain. No, that's not the way to live. No, we should not. We should pick ourselves up. At first, it could happen, but at some point, we have to pick ourselves up and then move on with our life.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. I'm just trying to. So I think a man also should kind of like acknowledge her effort in trying to look good. Because some men, no matter what you do, would just be like, like, look at you. You're not even looking good. Like, make her feel valued, make her feel appreciated. So sometimes
Correct.
you'll
Got
find
it.
men not complimenting on women when they're doing things.
Mhm,
And then when they stop, it's like, oh, like I'll use one of the Nigerian language. Woboshi darale. I
mhm,
know you understand that one.
mhm,
Woboshi darale.
mhm,
Juba in the hiccup
mhm.
like this. So I've spoken two
Yes,
languages, Yoruba and Hausa. You know,
I think
so
yes.
Igbos would say Chekangwagi. Chekangwagi is, wait, let me tell you something. You have to be the one to do the job sometimes. So it's like when she's doing the
Mhm,
job and you're not acknowledging that she
mhm,
is doing it. And then suddenly, when she looks at it like you're not even noticing her, then you're like,
mhm.
you know, look at this bunch of trash. You,
Yeah.
you read. I've read a lot on Amina Jimoh Show on Facebook and through
Mhm,
DMs that sometimes I'm like, wow. And then you go out and
mhm,
see the men, like you would never believe this
mhm,
is the kind of man that would address his wife
mhm,
in such manner. So what do you have to
mhm.
say to
No,
that?
no, I agree with you. There is no one should accept such a let down or such a knockdown, to use the as maybe the street language. I mean, we should, we're animals of appreciation. It's just like a baby, even a baby, little baby. When you carry a little baby and then cuddle the baby and then speak to the baby, oh, mommy love you or daddy love you, how, kiss and all
I
those things.
love when you
Those
said
help.
appreciation, and that comes in to
Yes,
say maybe help her with some chore, help her do
correct,
some things. Because sometimes she might
correct,
be going through things that, okay, she's thinking
correct,
about cooking, she's thinking about taking care of the children. So a
correct,
date night sometimes might be something really good. You know,
correct,
you have to keep
correct.
dating her.
Again,
And don't forget about,
I
oh,
gotta tell you.
we're married, so we don't have to do,
Mhm.
stuff anymore. So I would
Correct.
say
Yes.
men need to remember how they got that woman. What did you do when you're chasing?
Acknowledge.
Like, it
Yes.
does not end
Yes.
because you're now married to
Yes.
her. You have to spice
Yes.
things up, right?
Yes. I
All right.
think. Yes. I think. There is no woman should even take that.
Right.
No woman should be
Well, some
take.
women will take it because of, like we said, we come from two cultures. The
Correct.
Nigerian culture, I would say Nigeria because I represent Nigeria, I represent America. The
Mhm.
Nigerian culture
Okay.
would
Okay.
say you as a
Mhm.
woman have to keep a home. So sometimes you
Yeah.
find women struggling that even when they're in abusive situations,
Mhm.
you just have to take
Mhm.
it. Because at the end of the day,
Mhm.
they'll victimize them as the victim.
Yes.
They will still be the
Yes.
ones that would be, talked about, or people would say
Co-
they would like be
Correct.
signing the perpetrators and things like that.
Correct.
So
But the point I was making is that the point you're right. The point I'm making, Your Excellency, the point I'm making is that okay, when you are with such language, any man who is uttering such language or such who lacks such appreciation of the wife's effort in keeping up to in doing what she's supposed to do to or like for example there are some like here, like we're in this country, you see women going to gym, you see women making exercise, just to keep themselves. You see women being selective of what they eat. I understand in America, and you are just trying to make herself, really up to and more attract, or more, should I use the word more attractive, or continue to be on the
more
market for
attractive,
you.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Continue
So
to be on the market,
sometimes,
and
like
you're
I
nothing.
said,
Mhm,
in order to achieve that attractiveness is when the person you're trying to be attractive for is noticing. Sometimes I'm talking from
mhm,
a woman's perspective. I'm not saying that
mhm,
women should put themselves down, but it's not everyone
mhm,
that is able to be resilient to say, okay, I don't give a
mhm.
damn about you. I'm going to look good even if you're not looking
Yes,
at me. There are women like that.
and it should be that way. It should be that
Right.
way.
So
Women
that's
should
why we
have that.
advocate
To be,
for women to continue to make it to be
yes,
that
yes,
way.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So we're gonna move on to
Let
our
me tell
next
you
question.
something.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. No, women should be that way. Women should have that attitude. They should be that way. Because you know what? As from man perspective, and I'm telling you from man perspective, when he failed to appreciate and acknowledge all you are doing, you know what? That man will be sorry because somebody out there is going to appreciate you.
Oh dear.
Somebody out there will appreciate you. And you know what? If you do not accept your wife, you accept if you do not appreciate it, we are animal of appreciation. We like that, we are animal of emotions. We like it. You see, we may cease to deceive ourselves, we may play dumb to it if you neglect genuinely what is yours, and that is really doing all, trying the best to please you, to develop that relationship, to make that relationship, that family unit strong. It is on you to acknowledge. It is on you, man, to acknowledge it. Because if you don't, somebody out there will appreciate her. And then it might be too late for you. And that is why you see a lot of divorce.
Yes.
And that is why you see men crying like baby, because they did not appreciate it when she was there for them.
All right.
And so it goes both ways. It also goes both ways. Women should appreciate their husband honest effort. Because if you don't, somebody out there would appreciate that person.
Right.
It's no secret.
It is true. Somebody else would appreciate, but we here advocate for them to remain intact and not go around cheating. There's no room for cheating. There shouldn't be any
Yeah,
cause
yeah,
to say, oh, because my
correct,
wife is not looking good, let me go and sleep somewhere. You're
correct,
not a dog. So
correct,
you should be able to, or
correct.
my husband is, so
Correct. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not
I get
even
what you're trying to say that
equating.
if you do not
I
appreciate
am
your,
not. Yes,
right,
I am
someone
not
else will see it.
equating. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not equating cheating, but I'm saying you gotta cherish what you have.
You have, right. But I'm just
Because
trying to tell
if
the
you.
viewers, I get your point, but I'm just trying to tell the viewers because some people need time to kind of understand what we talk about sometimes. So for them to emulate the right teachings is why I'm rephrasing it for them to understand that we are preaching
Mhm.
that if you do not appreciate what you have, yes, other people would see it and appreciate it better than you. However,
Mhm.
you should not use that as a yardstick to say, okay, my husband is not doing what he's supposed to do, he's not providing,
No,
time
no,
to cheat.
no,
Or my wife is doing
no,
this,
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
go,
It,
fuck
it,
somebody else tonight. So that's kind
I
of
think
like
you're right.
what, uh-huh.
I think you're right. It's not a license to go out and cheat, but
Okay.
it is a fact of life that
Okay.
if you don't appreciate what God has given you,
Yeah.
you might run the risk of losing it. Period.
I see some posts on my platform on Facebook. It says the man that does not know how to take care of his woman, another man will care for her. And I'm like, oh boy. But I get what you're trying to say. So we're gonna move on to the next question right now. And based on your experience, what do you think is the foundation of a good home? And like where children can grow and thrive.
Okay, you see, the foundation of good home, again, that brings us back to where we started. And that also brings us where the point I'm trying to make. Okay, now, marriage, family unit. When you are married with somebody, a man or a woman, you have agreed to join together and produce a family of yours. And that makes a family unit, right?
Right.
And the family unit, the children should be the center of attraction of everything you do. Your children is the center. The children is everything will revolve around the children, and the children comes first. I repeat, I don't know how much I can say this. Children, which are the family unit, come first in everything we do in our family life. You care for provide for the children, for the family. You provide for their basic need, which include medical, shelter, school, general well-being. When you do that, if there is no perfect family on earth, when you keep these things together, when you make your children the center of all and all, if these children have needs are not met, nothing comes, nothing comes in between the children need. Nothing comes in between the family. No mom, no uncle, no dad, no sister comes in between the family unit. Mom and dad have your mom or your maternal mom or paternal father they have done their own family thing. It is your turn now to ensure that you provide for your children. So when you do that, and then if there's any misunderstanding, because they are bound to be misunderstanding between a wife and a husband, they are bound to be. It's not all sugar. Sometimes you will quarrel, but make sure you quarrel where the children are not witnessing it. Make sure you don't allow that quarrel to last more than 24 hours. Make sure that you do not hold grudge. Because if you do, the children will know it. The children will pick it.
And they can emulate things like that, which would
Of
not be
course,
positive impact to them.
you're
Because
setting
children are
them on
supposed to see
criteria.
affection and love.
Yes,
They need to see that,
yes,
yes, you guys
yes,
communicate, but can communicate
yes,
maturely and
yes.
effectively in a healthy manner.
With respect. And that is where I go back to when a wife or a woman try to show that sign to the husband, try to make please the husband, and the husband keep pulling it down. It's you gotta show the appreciation. You gotta respect each other, and that way, and you gotta make the family the unit of everything. Your children, they have to come first. Again, my word is they have to come first in anything you do. If you want to quarrel, you remember your children, you stop it. If you're working, you work hard to get enough money to come and make sure that you meet their financial need. That's what it is. You provide for their shelter, you provide for their school, for good education. It makes it creates a good citizens, good children. So that's my thinking. And
That
like I
makes
said,
them
I have
emulate you, right? As parents.
they do more, they do emulate, yes. Like again, I am not saying I'm not making mine to be this thing. Like I said from the
Yeah.
beginning, I've been married since I was in America. I left when I finished at Igbobi College. I came to America. I was born in Lagos, Igbobi College. I came to America because I'm the only son among seven girls. My mom, my mom insists that I must marry before coming to America. If not, I will marry Oyibo for her. So she don't want me to marry Oyibo. Okay,
Or the
so
priority. Or they will. The typical Igbo mom, huh? Okay.
yes,
All right.
yes,
So we're
yes.
gonna move to our next question. In what ways can a husband and wife satisfy each other?
I, again, being in tune. First of all, it begins being in tune with the need of your wife,
Okay.
knowing what she wants, being able to, like for example, I think I do it once in a while, or even once a week. I will call my. I will. It has been since I've ever married her. Well, let's so crazily busy in the office. I will
Right.
call. I will ask. I say, "How are you doing? How are things going? I hope how are things doing." Okay. Sometimes I will stop by, depending on how busy I am, because she's a nurse. I can stop by and just surprise her with some lunch, you
Beautiful.
know. And then the receptionist will call her and say, "Oh yeah, oh Phil is here with your lunch."
As usual,
Okay,
huh? That's good. That's
you know.
wonderful.
And then another thing again is that you have to also know the sizes of your wife. You have to know the size of her shoe. You have to know the size of her shirt. Sometimes, once in a while, not all the time, you can pick the shoe. You can pick the some of the dress she likes, and then just surprise her with it. I mean, it's simple things, acknowledging her, appreciating her, or when she cooks some beautiful food, or you call from office, you ask us, "Oh my God, what are you cooking tonight?" Or "What are you cooking tomorrow?" She knows what you eat. You say, "I would like to eat this." So the little things, you show appreciation.
I love
It does
that.
go a long way mm,
Yeah.
it goes a long way to her. Same thing, reverse thing. So it's a man. When your wife have to check on you, not checking that you are in the club, or no, check on you. So how you do it? How's the work doing? I hope court wasn't too hard today. Hope you're not stressful. And then some women will go to the extent to reminding you that, "Oh my God, they cooked so thing today," or "I have a surprise for you today." All those little this is true. It does go a long
So
way
basically, be supportive also. So I love that because some people's love language is not just gift. Some people, like you said, is being supportive, being there for them. Like those little things, the hugs, the
Mhm,
kiss, the how you doing, like you really listening to them to know how their day
mhm,
has been, what it is that they're going through or that they want to share, and if they need help maybe around the house. So I love that you
mhm,
kind of covered everything, because then sometimes
mhm,
people will just say, "Oh, I gave her all the money, what
mhm.
else does she need?" But
No,
you need to know that time also needs to be there for both
correct,
the female and the male. Go
correct.
ahead.
Let me tell you this may surprise you. Let me tell you this.
Okay.
My role, although this may surprise you, I'm here in America here. My role in my house, even though I've gotten an adult children, but they have moved out of this place. My role here, since the adult children are not here, I do take out the garbage in the morning on Mondays. I do take out the garbage. My role here in this house is a 12 bedrooms here, 12 rooms here. My role, I do. But she doesn't like me doing it. When I eat, I do my own dishes, but she doesn't like me doing it. She said, "Well, if your sisters come here now and see you doing dishes, they will say,
That
hey,
was what
chief,
I was
chief."
about to say. The African mentality, right? Well,
Okay, okay, okay. So,
not
but
trying to
again,
call
again,
anybody's
this
food, but I'm just trying to
okay.
explain from the other view.
There are
Yeah, I
certain
get what you're trying
things
to
you
say.
do. There are certain things you do. There are certain things you do for the peace of mind,
Right,
not because of what somebody else there said or what somebody said does.
right,
So yeah, that's
right,
that. You know.
right. All right. And sometimes just holding of hands in public, because I know it's not like I've not seen that so much with some other traditions, but around here I know some women appreciate it if you can hold their hands to reassure them, and even men, they want that. But some people feel
Yep.
like, oh, they're being clingy. It's not about being clingy, it's about someone knowing that you are by their side.
Correct. I
Okay.
think you are so, that is true.
Okay.
Again, I, I,
All right. Go
that
ahead.
would be part of the group. Yeah, that would be the part that is true. That is for those who can do that. That is great because it shows. But one
Those
thing,
that can
the
do
things
that,
that I
how
do
about
because
they try it? Let's make
now
them
let me tell
try
you
it.
what. Yeah, they can do it and try it. But let me tell you what I do. You know,
Yeah.
let me tell you what I do. Again, not being personal, but the thing is, because I got invited in a lot of things out
Okay.
in the public to speak in
Right.
our communities, here in the US, or you know that yourself. So if I
Yeah.
am there, one of the things that I have always done is to, when we're ushered into a seat, I will allow my wife, I will come behind her, allow her to go first and sit. I will
Right.
drag that seat out for her to sit
Right.
and before I sit. So yeah, there's a lot of things we can do to just short things up. Yes, I agree.
Okay. All right. And how can a husband get his wife in the mood for sexual pleasure?
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to answer it generally. Okay.
Sure.
Again,
Or actually,
some
I
people
want you
don't.
to answer it the way I asked it. How about that? Let's do it
Okay.
for
Okay,
the
I will do
question.
that. Okay, I will do that, and I will also do this.
Great.
Uh, Let me tell you, a,
I'm
a
putting you on the
man who
spot, right?
you did, you did, a man who does his duty as a husband.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, trust me. A man who does his full duty as a husband, eh?
Right.
Unless, even if the wife is not in the mood, the love for a man who does his duty is so strong that a man doesn't have to ask for sex. He will get it if you are doing your job, respecting your wife, doing your job as a husband, taking care of the financial need, the house mortgage, petting your wife, respecting her, the children's school fees, being the real father. God, you got it made. Everything you need, you got it. I don't know how well I can explain this. That when we do our duty as a man, our wife will go long way to meet our needs, even if she's not feeling, even if there are some other things that is laying constraint. She'll look your face with smile. And you also keep yourself, if you keep yourself clean, what I mean by clean is out to market. I don't mean clean, clean, clean. I mean keep yourself, or
Looking good,
stay in the, yeah,
smelling
looking
well.
good. Yes, not. Let me share this with you. Some men, I talk about women. Some men let themselves go down the hill. How can a man be looking like somebody, allow himself to the point of looking like a woman who is 9 months pregnant? I'm sorry. How
So
can a
basically,
man
we are saying that they should do more of check on their
be,
health and maybe
be
gym
careful
to
of,
keep fit
yes,
and all
be
that.
correct. Be careful of what they eat. Monitor their food. Not everywhere you see alcohol you take. Not every time you see food you eat. You gotta look good. You gotta be healthy to be attractive to your woman. Just like your woman also have to be healthy and take care of herself, be attractive to the husband. It goes both ways. This is 2020 something, right?
2024.
Okay. We have to really be very, yeah, work on it. Yes, yes. That's my thinking.
Okay. All right. We'll move on to the next because I've seen a lot of questions left, right, and center coming in. So, um, what can a woman do to make her husband desire her more?
Yeah. I think I just answered that in a very way. Yet again, if you have a husband, you again you do just peace in, again, general peace in the house does encourage every other relationship to flourish. Again, your husband providing, and then you're looking good. I it's all looking good is a good business for woman.
Absolutely. It's a good business for men too. We also want men to
Yes,
look good. So
yes.
it's
When the
vice
woman
versa.
look, I don't want to bring. Listen,
So that
Your Excellency,
vice
Your
versa.
Excellency, Your Excellency. I don't want to bring that. I don't want to make this personal. All right. You see,
I know.
again, I don't. I have been looking. Yeah,
I'm just
I have been
pulling your
seeing.
legs.
Yes, I have been seeing you. I mean, and your audience. Yeah, it's a good business for woman to look good, to
It
dress
is.
well,
I can testify to
keep,
that.
okay, to keep fit. Okay. Yes,
To
yeah,
keep
you
fit,
well.
to
Yes.
look good. I tell
Mm-hmm.
women,
Mm-hmm.
you have to look good
Yes,
for
yes, yes,
yourself.
yes,
You have
yes,
to love
yes,
yourself. If you do not love
yes,
yourself,
but,
you're not going to know when somebody is not loving you appropriately or the right way. But if you
yes,
love
yes,
yourself,
but,
it's you
yes,
would not
yes,
let anyone
yes,
gaslight you because the moment they start gaslighting you, you look at it and you're like, I'm out of here, or you're like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like behave
correct,
yourself. But then when
correct.
you let yourself down, like you said, then you start thinking that you are the problem when actually
Yes,
you're
yes,
being gaslighted. So
correct. That's
I
not it.
agree
That's
with what
correct.
you're saying. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm going to go through the questions to see. Some people have called, but I stated that we are supposed to do the calling when we were almost done with the questions and things like that. But I'll go ahead and check the questions here and here,
Okay.
text, to see what they have to
Okay.
say. Um, he said, Busayomi Olaigbe stated, can I ask a question, sir? What of the man that does not care about how to talk in front of the children?
It's a problem. It's
Okay.
it's a
So when you say
problem.
it's a problem, I think, how do we solve it? Is what she's trying to
Now,
find out right now.
now, if again, if it depend on the society where we are. If it is here,
So
it's
she's
got it's a bit.
from Nigeria. She wrote from Nigeria.
Okay. No, such man, it's unfortunate that such man is really not seeing the impact of what his action is onto the children. It's very unfortunate, you know. And I think I would suggest that the mom, woman, continue. I know she may have been doing this. Continue to be to approach it by strength base in letting this guy, if he's not a violent type, to say, listen, what we are doing, the way we're talking. If you and me have issue, we can approach each other. We can go into our room. We can discuss this in our bedroom. But to be saying it to sharing it and exposing it in presence of my children is really impacting their emotional well-being, which in turn will impact their education. I know she may have been doing this, but again, I will continue to say, continue doing it, and hoping and praying. And also, you can also reach out if you see who his friend support are, good support, and you could also approach them. So listen, it's not that you're complaining about him, laying complaint on them, but you approach them through what you think the impact is on your children. We can talk, we can have some quarrel in our outside the presence of our children, and that, and hopefully you can get something. There is no magic answer to it other than to be strength based in trying to make him realize the impact on the children. Yes.
So I think as a woman, she can actually know his love language too and find. So I think when it's happening right there in front of the kids, my take would be to try to take those kids out of that space at that moment
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and
Yes. But we.
try
Mm-hmm,
to,
mm-hmm,
put them in another safe environment
mm-hmm,
whereby she can engage them in doing something
mm-hmm,
meaningful, maybe coloring,
mm-hmm,
reading books, or watching
mm-hmm,
meaningful channel or something like that. And
mm-hmm,
then
mm-hmm. Makes
since
sense.
you both know each other's love language, if
Mm-hmm,
she finds out that that's not maybe the appropriate time to talk about things, because some people have anger issues that no
mm-hmm.
matter how good you are, they will escalate things and you would never be able to
Correct.
resolve it.
Correct.
So I would
Correct.
say
Correct.
maybe look at how the situation is, and later on, I'm not saying you should enable him. I am not for enablers. Do not enable,
Mm-hmm,
because that's
mm-hmm,
um, whether we like it or not, that's abuse.
mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm,
the children are coming in contact with abuse. So
mm-hmm,
if mama or papa hits mama, or let me say, if
mm-hmm,
papa hits mama,
mm-hmm,
mama is going to
mm-hmm,
hit children sometimes because of the transfer aggression. That is why
mm-hmm,
sometimes we have to be careful
mm-hmm,
of what
mm-hmm.
you expose children to. Because whether you
Correct.
like it or not, sometimes
Mm-hmm,
you think it is safe for the children to see what you're doing, but it's not. They emulate
mm-hmm.
that. And at the end of the day, they take it to school and affect other families too.
Correct.
So
Correct. Correct.
find a suitable situation, get the children out, to their
Mm-hmm,
safe place, maybe to their room, or if you have
mm-hmm,
uh, other living rooms, you can take them to the other
mm-hmm.
living rooms and try
Yes.
to
Yes.
calm
Yes.
him
Yeah.
down and say, you need to
Mm-hmm,
talk. Even if it's to go
mm-hmm,
to the back of the house, maybe you have a
mm-hmm,
backyard. I need to talk to you.
mm-hmm.
Make sure the children are
Yes.
safe, maybe with someone in
Yes.
there, or some,
Correct.
depending on their age. So
Correct. I think your excellency, you're right, and I see why it becomes when it becomes it becomes a very unattainable situation when it's this guy is in the habit of doing that. So each time removing the children, removing the children. If it is something that is just show up, comes up, yes, you remove the children from that, get them a first space. But also, you're right, we'll be doing it in two pronged something, and hoping that this guy will understand the impact on the children. Yes, you're right.
with what you just stated, that if it's a
Mhm,
continuous process, then I would say it's a
mhm,
no-no. It's not safe.
mhm.
It's not safe for the
Yes,
woman. It's not
correct.
safe for the children. So it's
Yes.
time to seek counseling. If he's not agreeing to go in
Oh,
for counseling, and he's not agreeing, or if he does not have good parent or
Mhm.
someone, it's a problem when you have a spouse, be it a female
Mhm.
or a male, that does not
Mhm.
hear someone else.
Mhm.
You would have one
If
person they are kind of like looking up to as a mentor that you can
correct,
talk to. Once that person does not
correct,
have that or they're not listening to anybody, know that yours is finished, you know?
correct,
So that's the
correct.
time to check out because from verbal abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse, it will escalate to physical abuse, whether you like it or not.
That is what we do.
So
Correct. That is
sometimes
what.
people will say,
Mhm.
"Oh, he just said I'm stupid. He didn't say anything." That's abuse. That's how it starts. He said I look ugly, or she said I did this.
Correct.
We have it in both sexes. Men abuse women, women abuse men. People,
Correct.
vice
Correct.
versa. So if any of
Correct.
you
It
watching
goes.
us today is going through that, kindly find your exit. And I know sometimes people will say, you claim to be in a domestic violence situation. Why can't you get up and leave? It's not easy to
It's
just
not
get up
easy.
and leave because sometimes
Correct.
you leave and you get dead. So you have to be
Mm.
careful once you're leaving to exit in a very careful manner. Because you
Correct.
don't know,
Correct. Correct.
sometimes you feel you know the person you're with, but sometimes you have a psycho beside you and you don't know he's a psycho until when you're
Correct.
maybe not with that person before you're like, oh my goodness, what did I get married to? Is this this?
Correct.
And you're
Correct.
like, whoa, did I
You're
really
right.
get married to this person? Because sometimes you do
Correct.
not really know people until things
You make it
happen. Some
true.
people,
True.
like I
I hear you.
always preach, are raised
Mhm.
in love. Those kind of people will let things go. However,
Correct. You're right.
when you want to mess with them, they wouldn't take it from you because they're not cowards.
Correct.
But
You're right.
people who are raised in hatred will always fight for the rest of their lives. They don't care about kids.
Correct.
So,
Correct. I agree.
whoever is watching us today who is going through this, I want you to take love as your own weapon. Take
Mm-hmm.
love to raise your children. However, remember that your children would emulate everything that you do. It's not what you say,
Correct.
what they see.
Correct.
So sometimes you think
Correct.
you're saving kids in an abusive relationship and you say you're keeping the family, but you're not, there's no
Mm-hmm.
family anywhere.
Yep.
Sometimes you see
I
children,
agree.
some people would label it as children from broken home. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
children from a home that were divorced even do better
Mm-hmm.
than children
Correct.
from homes where a father and mother raised them. Because sometimes it's
Yes.
like they just keep it in the family. Oh, they come out on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, they smile. The next minute, I see women who send me things, and the next minute they are laughing on Facebook, and I'll say, then they'll call me and say, "What's going on? Oh, everything good?"
I know
They're
that
like, "No, it's not good. He
that
told
is
me to
true.
just take picture." I'm like, "What's wrong with
That is
you?"
true.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
hear you.
when they
See,
really want to say that they're really going through abuse, nobody believes them because they are
mm-hmm.
acting on Facebook.
They are two-faced. Correct. You're right.
Two-faced
I hear you.
because of
True.
society. So you have to first
Mm-hmm.
care about yourself. Because at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, if you make it out alive, people will praise you, some will curse you, and
Mm-hmm.
at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, some will envy you because they have no power and energy and the resiliency to be like you. So it's
I hear
high time
you.
to be
I
yourself.
hear you. You're excellent. That is
To be
so true.
yourself.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And know that at the
True.
end of the day, it's about you, not about your mother,
Okay.
not about your father, not about anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one wearing the shoes and you're the one that knows where it hurts. So if anyone
Correct.
is
I hear.
telling you it's not as it is, sit yourself
Mm-hmm.
down and think about it. So
Correct.
I
So
hope
true.
we've answered your question, Busaya me or
Yes.
Laibe. So if you do not feel safe, please and please, or whoever you're asking the question for, start thinking about your exit plan. And when I say
Correct.
exit plan, you have to do it in a very safe manner. Because even the law
Correct.
enforcement, even if you work with the law enforcement, does not mean that you say, oh, I just walk out of domestic violence. It does not work that way. So you really
That's
have to
correct.
be careful. Because
You're right.
that's all I can say for
Correct.
that.
Correct. I agree. Totally agree with you. Good.
Okay. She stated that She said, laughing, looking like a pregnant woman. Some men do not like to go to the gym or reduce their food intake. What do you do about that?
Continue to again advise them and tell them that listen, it is for their good. It affects your health, and that is why you see in most country now, and I can also tell you this: in most country now, the average lifespan now is about 40 something. It's because of what we are just discussing in terms of what our choice of what we eat and what we do.
All right.
Healthy.
I think to add to that, because we have to wrap up, to add to that,
Mhm,
as the woman, I know men and women cook together in some
mhm,
families, and in some families, it's only
mhm,
women that cook. If you are the
mhm.
woman, try to put more like vegetables, fruits, and
Yes.
healthy cooking. That way,
Mhm.
he's not eating all the carbohydrates and the meats and all that. So
Mhm,
try to put
mhm.
healthy eating. We're going to take few more questions and we're going to wrap it up in 4 minutes. So if you do have any questions, please do send it in. Isa Mutiu said, "Great job, man. Great job, sir. You're doing well. Thank you very much." Didia said, "Help." I don't understand what she meant by help. I'm not sure if you are safe. If you're not safe, anywhere you are, please call the law enforcement because she just wrote help. I'm not sure what help is. Or maybe when we were
Mhm,
talking, she said maybe someone to help. If that's what you're
mhm,
talking about, then yes, people should help themselves. However, if you need help, kindly call the police or go to the
mhm.
nearest police station. And
Correct.
all right, so I think we did a great job, and thank you so much, Mr. Akeson,
No, no
honoring
problem.
my invitation. And I know you're one of the top best forensic
Thank you.
scientists in the state of Massachusetts. And I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to have you here on the Amina Jimoh Show episode. Would we see you again on on the next episodes to come?
Yes, yes, Your Excellency. You will see me. Yes, you
All
will.
right. Thank you so much. And thank you all for coming to watch us at the Amina Jimoh Show. Be sure to follow us on YouTube. Try to subscribe. Subscription is free. And give us a thumbs up. And also, you can find the Amina Jimoh Show on Facebook or the Amina Jimoh Foundation on Facebook. Try to follow it and
Mhm.
join. You'll find people from all over the world who have stories and other things that are meaningful that you and I can benefit from, and that you can also impact your community and give back to the society. Thank you all and have a wonderful time. And I'll be seeing you on the next Amina Jimoh Show episode. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.